Hi guys, I'm Bex and welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and follow me as on my journey of anorexia recovery. So this video is a bit bitty because I want to talk about different things. So not calorie counting, gaining weight and going on holiday where food is uncontrolled. So if you watch my last video, you'll see that I had a week where I did a lot of not calorie counting. So I went out for a few meals not knowing the calories and challenging myself, because my world has been revolved around numbers and I've religiously calorie counted everything that I've eaten. And I did this week where I had a few meals not calorie counting, and yet it was really challenging, but I did it and I enjoyed myself. However, I then later on got weighed, like late the following week I got weighed and I'd gained over a kilo, and I was like, well, you see, this is what happens when you don't calorie count, you gain weight. And I was stressed out, but then thinking about it, like I stood on the scales and I was like, oh, for God's sake, I've gained a kilo. But then reflecting on that, actually I enjoyed my time eating out, not calorie counting. It felt liberating, not calorie counting. And I would far rather be able to go out for meals with my friends and eat and enjoy it, and not have to pick a meal because it's a number, and actually pick a meal because I wanted to eat it. I'd much rather be able to do all of them than and gain a kilo than not gain a kilo and not do them, which is a first for me in my anorexia recovery. Like previously, my weight has come top priority and everything else will come be like secondary. Like I'd rather make sure my weight is controlled and stable, and everything else will be sacrificed in order for that to happen. And actually now I'm at a point where I'm thinking, actually no, I'm not happy, but I'm accepting of my weight going up if it enables me to have more of a life and enables me to be happier and have friends and be able to go out. Like, they are to me now more, I'm willing to sacrifice weight gain to have more in my life. So quieting in anorexia to have more life is the most important thing for me right now. And I know for many of you out there who may have been in a similar situation to me, where you religiously calorie count everything, like it can feel impossible to not calorie count. But if you do it, maybe try and approach it the way I have, just doing, say, a meal at a time. It proves to yourself that you can do it and that you can keep challenging it. So just maybe try and implement it slowly but surely, like I have. Like I'm still calorie counting, but I'm now able to go out for a meal when I don't. So I'm going to try and build on this. And I did actually I did build on this when I've just got back from a holiday to Benidorm, which was great. And for the first time for the first time since being ill, I went on holiday with friends without my parents. So previously, with being ill, I've always gone on holiday with my parents, where I can always know what I'm eating, work out what I'm having and stuff. So this was going to be a real challenge, going on holiday without my parents, going on holiday with friends and just eating what's out there. And these friends didn't actually know I had an eating disorder, so that was another challenge in itself. I was going to try and have to not, in my head I was thinking I have to show that I'm not struggling or anything like that. And I did really enjoy the holiday. It was really good, but I did find the food challenging. And I thought beforehand, I need to go on holiday with friends to just get out there and do it. And I thought that somehow miraculously I would go on holiday and be able to eat whatever I wanted, just feel free and released and just challenge myself and do it. And actually when I got there and I was faced with the food, I did find it quite hard, and I did feel a little bit overwhelmed. I mean, breakfast was done at the hotel and I had lots and lots of fruit for breakfast, and then they didn't really eat lunch when we were out there, so then it was just the evening meal. And we went to an Italian restaurant 2 nights, and the menu was vast. There was pages and pages of it, and it all looked delicious, but I had no idea what to choose. I felt overwhelmed, but I challenged myself to a fear food. So pasta is one of my fear foods. I haven't had pasta for years now. I mean, I did eat it. I have eaten it in my recovery years ago, but then I stopped eating it, and as you know, when you stop eating a food, it becomes a fear food. So I challenged myself. So for 2 nights I had pasta. For the first night I had pasta with ham, vegetables and olive oil, and the second night I had pasta with prawns, clams, mussels in a tomato sauce, and they both were absolutely delicious. But the fear of eating the pasta was strong, but I did it, I enjoyed it, but then I was constantly worrying about, oh my god, I've eaten all these calories in this pasta, like a big bowl of pasta, and I've just eaten it all. So it was hard, but then as I said, I hadn't eaten much during the day, so I was kind of reassuring myself that, well, you can eat pasta because you haven't eaten much during the day, and that is not the habit I want to get into. I want to be able to eat pasta and eat during the day, but this was the first step in me going on holiday without my parents, me going on holiday with friends, me not calorie counting. Sorry, that's my phone going off. So yeah, I didn't calorie count the whole time I was there. I did what my friends were doing in their eating habits. I just got on, I did it, I enjoyed it, but it was hard. But this is just to try and show that recovery isn't a one-way street. You're not constantly going up, making progress all the time. It is a bit, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Like I have been making progress recently, as you've seen in my videos, with not calorie counting, but then thrown into an unknown situation on holiday where my eating regime was all over the place. It was hard. I did try and, as I say, eat pasta, push myself to do that, but then with restricting during the day, it's like, yeah, you can challenge yourself doing that, but you've restricted during the day. So recovery is not a one-way street. Recovery is hard. You will have your ups and downs, but you can keep challenging yourself. When you're thrown out of your comfort zone, it can be really hard. Like, it was hard on holiday with the food. I did find it hard, I'm not going to lie. And I thought before I went on holiday that I'd made so much progress and I was doing really, really well. And then you're taken out of your comfort zone and you're like, oh my god, I'm not actually as advanced as I thought I was. But like, you got to take it step by step, and actually it's all right at times to struggle and to do. And I've seen a lot on Instagram, people saying, oh, I'm struggling, I'm failing in my recovery. You're not failing in your recovery. It's not a failure to struggle. It is, struggling is part of the process. And sometimes, like, you can't always push yourself, always. Sometimes it is about managing, and if you're doing what you can just to manage, then that's all right, and that is in itself progress, because you're trying to manage, you're not letting yourself slip back. And so my holiday was, yeah, I tried to change myself in pasta, but in general it was about managing my recovery. And so I'm hoping, well, I've done that holiday where I managed. The next one, I'm hoping that I can maybe challenge myself. And as I say, it's fine to just do what you can at a time when you're struggling, to just manage. You don't have to push yourself all the time. And it can be really, really hard when you feel like you're not making progress and like you've slipped back and you're struggling. It's not bad to struggle. It's fine to struggle, but managing is in itself an achievement, because I know before I couldn't ever have managed a holiday with friends, and so to actually just do that was an achievement in itself. And okay, I wasn't progressing my recovery. Well, I I was managing, and you make the best of the situation you're currently in. So if you're out there and you feel you are struggling, you're not making progress, I mean, that's partly why I've done my blog and my vlog, is because I've found a lot of recovery accounts out there are always so positive, so proactive, always challenging yourself, always making progress, when for me recovery isn't like that. It At times you do struggle and you do find it hard. And as I say, recently I have been challenging myself and trying to progress my recovery, and then going on holiday I was like, I did realize, oh my god, maybe I'm not as forward as I thought I was, but that's fine. You deal with how you are now, you cope as best as you can, and where you are now is probably a lot better than where you were months, years ago. So I am waffling a bit and I'm not making much sense, but what I'm trying to say is it's all right to struggle, it's all right not to be positive and proactive and pushing yourself all the time. It is all right to manage, it is all right to take 2 steps forward, 1 step back. And not everyone is like, don't be fooled by Instagram, YouTube, with everyone being positive and making lots of progress in their recovery. People do struggle, and that's okay. So yeah, this is a bit of a random video about gaining weight. I gained weight, but I'm all right with that, which is good. Been on holiday, had a great time, but the food was hard, but I did have a good time, and I did try and challenge myself. But when you're out of your comfort zone, sometimes you just have to manage, and that is fine. Don't belittle yourself. Don't feel like you're not doing it right, like you're not good enough because you're not following this social media portrayal of what anorexia recovery is like. Your anorexia recovery is your anorexia recovery. You do it as best you can in your situation, in your life, and that's good. So sorry it's a random video. Please subscribe and please like my channel.